Hey Keen and Graev community, today we are trying out a game in early access called Epic Tavern. It's definitely in early access, but they've released a version of the game that is playable and you can get it on Steam. I'm recording some video so that I can showcase kind of what the game is about, some of the things that you can do in the game to go along with the write-up that I'm going to do on the blog, so be sure to check that out and I'll leave a link in the comment of the video below. So this is Epic Tavern. It's a game where you basically are a tavern master, and your righteous responsibility, as the game says, is to raise adventurers, form parties, send them out onto missions, and basically save the world. I guess all while trying to maintain, build up, and grow the best tavern. So the gist of the game is basically your parents left this tavern to you after going on a one-way mission to kind of the gist of it was to close a portal, save the world kind of thing, and they succeeded sort of, and now it's your responsibility to pick up kind of where they left off and build parties just like them. So this is basically your tavern. I've got about 80 or so minutes into the game right now. I've built a full party, 5 out of 5 on my roster. That roster does grow. It's there in the upper left hand corner, and these are people that are visiting my tavern. Right now it looks like we've got about 9 patrons in the tavern, and I can manage them here on the right hand side with this tavern list, or I can click on individuals in my tavern. So first, let's check out this guy right here. Looks to be a paladin named Misty, and that symbol above their head, it's actually a woman, above her head is a quest indicator. So when I click on her, here's Misty Powell, level 2 paladin. She has a 10 combat skill rating, I believe that is. With some social or communication abilities as well. And she says, I've got some news. And you can tell her, tell me more. Alright, is there a doctor in the house? Cut out the middle humanoid. It's a quest. It'll give 200 gold and 200 experience points. It's on Merchant's Road. And basically it says, a note delivered to the tavern reads, a powerful artifact, the lost MacGuffin. MacGuffin? I don't know, if Beor was recently uncovered. Acquire it from the Throgar Broken Pick and bring it back to me. You'll want to wear your most powerful and diversely skilled collection of heroes. Blah, blah, blah. Do not open it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so basically you can go into the view the map section where you can kind of get an idea for how this map or this quest would play out. And if I were to start the quest right now, I could choose my party members to go adventure and kind of set out on a quest, but that kind of progresses the day. So before I leave, I want to go back to the tavern and kind of do some housekeeping stuff. So I want to click on people that have things to say, or marks. So Jesse here says, did I leave my shoes here yesterday? It's just kind of like a random greeting. It seems like everyone that comes into your tavern will say something to you, and you can welcome them, which takes 2 action points. And in the top middle of the screen, you'll see the last call is in 38 action points. That basically means I can do things that equal up to about 38 more action points until I have to essentially move to the next day or go on my quests. I'm currently on week 3 of day 3, or day 3 of week 3 rather. So let's go ahead and welcome Jesse. Welcome to the tavern here. Was the mean Lurrikeen your first choice? My parents almost named me Fergtrid, but settled on Jesse. Yes, the mean Lurrikeen was my first choice. I might just kick you out of my bar for talking like that. I would like a mug of mead. Okay, so we can now sell her a mug of mead. That'll cost 2 action points. We currently have 22 in stock, and we will make 12 gold on that. So I'll go ahead and serve that. And now once I've taken care of Jessie here, I have the option of adding her to my roster, which is basically like my team that I can send out on quests. Or I can say something like maybe later or goodbye. I'm just going to say goodbye right now because I don't have room on my roster, and I don't want to kick anybody off. This right here, Ugdump. Ugdump is a con artist. He wants to have a room in my inn, or my tavern. That's fine, because I got plenty of rooms. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms. And I can offer shoddy rooms right now, so that's fine. We'll offer it to him for 8 gold for the night. He says that'll do, so we'll take him. Oh, looks like we've got a patron here that's hungry. Cranston would like some chicken wings. It's a good thing. I have plenty of those in stock. I've currently got about 38. So we'll sell him some chicken wings, make a decent profit off of those. And then he says he's got some news, so we'll go ahead and listen to that. Says, I live to spread chaos, especially to formal, stuffy events. Okay. Anything else? And then they just keep saying random things. I'm not going to keep reading those to you guys. You can read them. They're kind of flavorful. They're not the most interesting thing. It seems like they've done a good job at creating some diversity in what might be a random text situation. But I've stopped kind of reading those little texts after about the first hour or so. And now we can offer him some drink or a meal. Let's offer him a drink. And here we can see that by offering certain drinks to certain characters, they'll increase in their affinity towards you. You can see the demand for this drink and the stock that's currently in place, and then the price. We can, I don't know if we can alter the price. No, it doesn't look like I can alter the price. It is 12 gold. I will go ahead and offer a mead for 35% affinity. So let's go ahead and serve this selected item for 2 AP. And he was very happy about that, as I would be too if I had mead. Can I trouble you for a glass of elven wine? Yes, you may, for 18 gold. I wish more people would request it. And now, at this point, we've kind of taken care of everybody in the tavern. We can still go around, and if we wanted to, offer more drinks to increase our affinity, or more meals. Let's offer some porridge. This person now wants a bed. We'll go ahead and give that to them. Oh, we got some more people. It's getting late. They're going to want a bed, so we will go ahead and fill our bedrooms for the night. See if we can't stock up. This person probably needs a meal. I'm going to cancel it offer and give them a drink instead. How about some house wine? They're ready. Okay, so again, I can keep going around and I keep offering drinks to people, keep increasing my affinity, maybe making some money. But our beds are full. And when that happens, I typically like to, at that point, go out on a quest. So we have 6 quests. Let's see what we've got going. Okay, so welcome back to the quest screen here. We basically have quests on the left-hand side. We have our story quests. I currently have 2. And then we have tavern quests, which are just random quests that help build up the tavern. They can unlock expansions. They can get you things for the tavern, like, I think, new recipes. I haven't really done a lot of like digging into what those are all about, but I have been doing my tavern quests instead of my story quests right now. Alright, so let's see. Which one do we want to do here? Let's do this one. Cypher Story's Patchwork, the Collector. So this right here seems pretty easy. We don't really know the difficulty. It's level 2, but it uses some mind. So we want to use characters that use mind. So a random Ungorginus character. I don't know how to say his name. He's got some good mind abilities, and he's kind of a thiefy guy, so maybe he can avoid detection, as the quest says. And we'll also bring Grunson and Morgul. I think both of these characters do a great job. And that right there in the center brings us up to a 95% success chance. Now, this reminds me a lot of World of Warcraft's follower champion system. I forget what they call it, where in your class hall you can basically send followers or champions out on missions for you, and they bring back items and gold and cool things like that. This game essentially seems like one big follower management system, which I'm not complaining about. That was one of the things I actually liked the most in WoW. So more power to them. We have one more spot on our party here, and I'm going to bring the only other character with... Well, that actually lowered my chance. Get off my team. That kept my chance. Okay, we're going to bring Katris. I don't know why that lowered it. Probably something to do with Oghash's abilities that made this probably less successful. But with a full team, it is now time to head out on the adventure. So let's go ahead and click Go Forth. Okay, now this kind of gets into the questing system. So when you go out on these quests, there's currently no way to fast forward. That feature is coming soon. But you get these like neat little narratives. So they say, "Can't shake the feeling I'm forgetting something," Morgul says. Ungorginus rolls her eyes. "Yeah, your tunic." You click continue, and you can watch the little party here on the screen traveling to the next area. But we were waylaid. Combat. Villagers beg the heroes to delay their journey and help defend against an imminent bandit raid. We roll for that. Sorry if the music's loud. That's something that... I wonder if I can adjust that, actually. Sound. Yes. Perfect. Now you can probably hear me better. Okay. Resume. Okay, so we just did combat, and the villagers begged us to help them out, so we did. So all the characters of the party get to roll, and based on their characteristics, again, if you've played WoW, think the different characteristics that each of your followers had. Based on their roles and their abilities, they gave contribution towards the success. So we needed a 15, and we rolled an 82. We're a little bit higher than this quest. So we continue on, and it looks like... combat again. We were once again caught before we got to our place. So let's roll it up. And a group of hostile boars was defeated. We'll continue again. And here we go. We are at the quest objective. "That's Moorland. Wrong eye, all right," whispers Grunson at the bathhouse. Moorland and his crew head into the steam room, creating the opening the adventurers were waiting for. There we go. We rolled, and we rolled a 72 out of 15. That's because I kind of stacked the deck by putting a lot of characters that had all the qualifications that we needed into the party. So Grunson follows Moreland into the steam room, substitute eye patch discreetly cupped in his hand. As promised, Moreland removes his patch and sets it on the bench. During a heated bit of conversation, the barbarian makes the swap unseen and exits the bathhouse. Our goal was to kind of make that swap. So here we go. We are heading back now to the tavern, and we were hit in a trap, which triggers our survival event. The straps of Catrus's ratty pack finally snap. Some repairs are needed. Let's roll. There we go. We beat that one pretty easy. Next. I bet you we hit combat before we get back. Nope. Here we are. Mind. In the distance, the hero spot a large burlap sack sitting in the middle of the road. That can't be good. We roll. A bag of gold. The party looks around for the owner and finds a man unconscious on the side of the road. Ungrognerus wakes him. My gold, the man says. Catrus hands him the bag and receives a hug of gratitude. Yay. Alright, travel. Only thing better than a road trip is when it ends, Catrus says as they approach the Mean Lurricane. That's the name of the tavern. We've earned a bit of respite. So there we go. We are done with that quest. In our epic moment that happened, it kind of highlights some of the neat things that happened during the quest. Whether it was a success, the quest report on the right-hand side for each of our steps give us a tally of gold. So not only do we get the 200 gold piece reward, we also get the additional gold to split. So we have a 739 gold total here. And as you can see, I can split this. I can either give all the money to the tavern, or I can give some money to the adventurers as well, or I can do an even split. I tend to say, you know what, the house deserves a little bit more, so let's do a 70-30 split, and then hit OK. And now we can continue to our tavern where, if I'm not mistaken, it will be there it is, yes. It is the next day. See, we're on day 4 of week 3. And this is kind of our overview of our tavern. And here we can kind of see how much our coffers are holding, what our current tavern reputation is. Rival Taverns is coming soon. I can't wait to see what that's about. And then kind of just some finances of our tavern here. We have a base income every day of 175 gold. We've sold some drinks, some food, some lodgings were booked. We got some quest rewards and our share of the loot, which as you saw, I dragged up to 70%. And now we can look at expenses. I didn't buy any extra goods or services or anything yesterday. Here's yesterday's activity. So it's kind of cool. It's like a full tavern management system with the whole follower system from WoW built into it. And just to give you a little bit more look here, we can customize all of our characters. They do level up. So we have some adventurers who are ready for levels. Here we go. Ingrarinus. We level them up, and then you get to choose where you want to allocate their abilities. So I would say for him, I am going to add points into detect trap, trap disarm, lock picking. I want to boost up because I want to be able to pick some locks. And then they have traits. Again, if you're familiar, think WoW. And then don't hit dismiss. That would actually get rid of your party. And then and then you're sent back to your tavern where you kind of pick up where you left off. Last couple things I'll show you here are some equipment. You can equip each of your characters with weapons that you find and armor and items. You can expand your tavern. You can eventually get a blacksmith, an alchemy lab, an arcane study are coming in the future. I have a kitchen. You can build things like wine cellars and stables. You can decorate things. I don't need any repairs. And then, of course, these facilities like an infirmary, a temple, and a bathhouse. Realistically, I think that's pretty much everything in the game right now. And here's the screen to buy stuff. We're actually going to need some more barbecue rats, porridge. Why not buy a crate of stale bread? People seem to love that for some reason. And yeah, that is kind of the gist of Epic Tavern. You send your adventurers out on a quest. You build up your party to make them stronger. You build up your tavern, and you, I guess, succeed. We'll see how this goes. I'll keep you guys updated on kind of how I do building up the Mean Lurricane. And of course, I will write up my thoughts on the blog, and you can look for a link below the video. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to head over to the blog.